Welcome again to the Curtis Heritage Education Center, where we use the past to inspire the future. Today we're going to be looking at a Abbott & Downing Stagecoach, which is a different form than most of the stagecoaches you see in movies and commercials. Primarily those are the big brother to this coach. The one that's commonly seen is the Concord coach, because Abbott & Downing was founded in Concord, New Hampshire. The big stagecoaches were not suited to the crude roads in the West, so they built a lighter version of their large stagecoach, but it had a lot of the features that they were known for. This particular style of coach came to be known as a mud wagon. It's technically a celerity, but it became known as a mud wagon because it was specifically designed to traverse the muddy roads in the western United States. The coach would typically be hauled by a team of either 4 or 6 horses, and the horses were changed every 15 miles. Abbott & Downing were known for their quality build, and the most unique feature is the suspension, which is called through braces, which were made of leather rather than the conventional steel springs. This provided a much softer, gently swaying ride, but it was much easier on the passengers and on the horse teams than the stiff steel spring suspension. This coach was used on the route from Portland to Sacramento, a 710-mile, 6-day, 7-hour trip that cost in the day $106, 15 cents a mile. In today's money, that's about $3,500. Made 100 stops along the way, and believe it or not, given the size of this coach, it actually carried 9 passengers. In between the forward-facing and rear-facing seats would have been another hinged seat that would have carried another 3 passengers. We know stagecoaches for carrying passengers, but actually what paid for the stagecoaches and why they were originally developed was to carry the mail. Each company would apply for and get a federal mail contract to carry the mail. That paid for the cost of running the stage line. Passengers then were the profit. The restriction on the company was if you did not deliver the mail within the specified time in the contract, you could lose your contract and you'd be out of business. The stage does not include windows or air conditioning. To protect from the dust, your only protection would have been roll-down canvas curtains, but then you couldn't see outside. You would be in basically a hot box. Wells Fargo actually had a list of rules for riding on their stagecoaches. Some of them were things like being careful with your language. If you're smoking, be sure not to blow the smoke inside the coach so you don't affect the gentler sex. If you're chewing tobacco, you should spit out the window, but with the wind, not into the wind. If you have brought along some alcohol to drink, proper etiquette is to share it with other passengers. The stages that you see in the movies always show people riding on top, which on the larger coaches was the lowest fare you could get, sort of the bargain seat. However, if you were being chastised by the driver for your behavior, even though you'd paid for a seat inside, he would move you to the roof. This particular coach, due to its lightweight construction and the desire to keep the coach as light as possible, did not carry paying passengers on the roof, only the mail and baggage. While that was the best way to travel outside your local area, it still had its limitations. You look today, we can drive from Portland to Sacramento in 10 or 11 hours. That trip back in the day took 6 days and 7 hours, and you'd be stopping every 15 miles because that was the limitation of the horses. Particularly on hilly sections, it would even be less than 15 miles. Stagecoaches lasted carrying the mail until the rail lines were extended. A trip by train was both cheaper and faster. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, learned a few things. If you'd like to see more, go to our website or subscribe to our channel.